So hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you how you can download satellite images like this from NASA. So it's actually very simple, using basic principles, and I will show you how you can do this now. This has a wider range of reasons why you'd want to do this. I'll start off. So here's how I use it. Can satellite images and neural networks be used to estimate industrial production? Yes, this was my master's thesis. Basically, I used a convolutional neural network and the satellite images in order to estimate the fall in industrial production in China from the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's just one of the ways, and it can be used by environmentalists, or maybe you just want a nice background. So here's an example of one of the luminosity images with values, and so if anyone wants this thesis, just email me and I can forward it on to you. So that's sort of how I know how to do it, and that's my background. I've just finished a master's in economics with a specialization in data science from Tilburg University. So that's me. Okay then, let's get straight on with the video, shall we? So you need to go on to the NASA website. So you need to then go LADS Web. LADS Web's what I personally used, LADS Web DAC. So what I wanted was the luminosity data, because it was all based off of paper. But I won't bore you with that. So then you go and you obviously find whatever satellite you're interested in. These are part of the European Space Agency. VIRS is visible infrared radiation, something like that, or infrared signal or something like that. So I picked the Suomi MPP satellite. So I personally picked VMP46A1. No way, they actually released A2 now. Okay, so this one has been processed heavily, whereas this one's unprocessed. Okay, and then you get your dates you want it for. Probably won't be able to get this range, so we'll probably have to go back to 2012, I believe, for this. 2012, let's say you want it for Jan 2012 to the end of Feb 2012, for example. Add the date, absolutely perfect then. So this is what you have. So then you go next. You go location. So I looked at the case of China, but so just for the sake of size, we're going to have a look at Denmark. Okay, so we can go next. Files. Those range of dates were far too large. So now we back this down to being only 2 months. This should work now. So here's all the individual files which we need then. But the way I did it is I personally went select all, and then what you can do is you can download it as a CSV file. So what we can do is we can exit out of this here. So here we are then in the downloads section now. Let's have a quick look at this file so here it is then. It's basically just yes, in the case of Denmark, there's not a large number of different files there, but so I guess you could download them one by one. But the issue I found in the case of China was that there were so many files. Each month I think there was 800 odd files, 700 odd files. The next stage I did was I made a Python script which took the column and then they transformed it into being the full URLs. And I'll now show you this Python script. So first up then we launch Anaconda Navigator. That is, from my experience in Ubuntu, the single best way of doing it. So next up we want to launch a notebook. Okay then, so here's an example of the file I used, which transforms all of these file extensions into being one complete URL. So first off, here are the standard Python packages you need. It's just pandas, CSV. I actually don't even think you need like glob and OS. First off, you get the root directory. So in this case, you get the data's in the same place as the NASA file. Start an empty list, and then for each of the files in this in the root directory, which end in CSV, you will append that in the list. Just as you can see here, we only have one, but in the example I have from my thesis, so in the case of my thesis, I had one of these CSVs per month per year for 5 years. So obviously this was much longer. So next up, for the file in all files, it obviously finds a location and then it reads in the file name. So then we import it without the index column. That's really important because there is no index in this case. But then as you can see here, we have a look at the file URL for custom selectors. So this column here, it contains all the file extensions, and then we make sure that's as type string, just to make sure. And then data full. So what you have is you start off with the URL of the Gov website, and then you add on each of these strings. The use of df data frame isn't exactly right. Maybe I should have that as extension, but it's only a naming thing. And then once you have the full data frame, you save it to a CSV, which is in the same location, and then obviously index false again. So from this, then what you have is something called full data.csv. So as you can so once you've done this, what you have is a full data.csv, which contains the full URLs. So now is the next step, which involves using a bash file. So you start off with the file name, bash obviously being in Unix. So you start off with the file name, while read line, do line, and then echo downloading. This echo means print. Then you use wget, which this was mainly all found from the NASA website. Yes, and here is where you want to save it, and then it just says done file name. So here's where I want to save it. So I just go into properties, take this, and then I'm going to change that to be that. Tom videos. Okay. Yes, this is where it's going to save. Like, here's the authorization code. You'll have to get your own one of these, but it's free to do, so I wouldn't worry about it. And then just make sure you save that. And then what you want to do is you want to open up the terminal for the particular section, and then you do so then you do sudo because you need administrator rights, and then bash because you obviously want to run a bash file. Then the name of the file, wget.sh, and then type in your password, and then it just starts downloading all these files for you. Okay, and then you just wait for this to happen, and then I'll get back to you once all this has been done. So this video is already almost 10 minutes long, so I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a part 2 video where I take these individual H5 files which we've downloaded, and I will then proceed to put them through the Python processing and then make them into the satellite images which you want to see. So I hope you join me for this part 2 of the video, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.